because it's medical, it's real, but then there are other ways of actually managing. So the best way to manage that is by, if the fear presents itself, then you think, how can you manage it more so that it doesn't exacerbate by overdoing so many things? So for my example, what I did was I planned to arrive a day earlier before the presentation. I was at the Women's Economic Forum, because I know that if I arrive on the day and then I had with the travel, which was like 3 hours, or would have added up to 5 hours, would then exhaust me, then I wouldn't be physically present in that moment. So I decided to travel the day before. Then there's such things as pacing. So rather than staying, before I used to think, oh, I need to stay, I need to contribute the whole day. No, you don't have to. Your body knows, your body and mind knows when you are ready to go. So what I planned to do was just stay for a few hours. And when I noticed that in terms of like my mental alertness is not there anymore, and my physical ability, if I'm starting to get exhausted, then I exit. So there are those options, is that you don't have to push yourself beyond your mental or physical capability. It's about building up to the point where your body and mind can take it. So that's for people who are not physically or mentally well in terms of an invisible illness, such as like fibromyalgia. But there can also be other situations as well, that even if you are well, whatever that may be, in whatever sense, that you may put yourself in situations where you know they're unhealthy. So if you know you're doing that and it's not serving you well, you have the option to review that, to weigh it up. So that can be relationships, that can be in work environments. It's just weighing up what's the best for you and what can serve you well. And when we say we don't have a choice, actually you do have a choice. Okay, so fear, going back to it, that's what I wanted to highlight. So the fear bit is that once you are aware, then you have the opportunity to be able to cross over it. So fear can become something that can become an adventure, where you embrace it and you ride with it, so that it doesn't prevent you from experiencing the things that you want to be able to live or to be able to experience as well. So an example would be, had I stopped myself from not attending the Women's Economic Forum, then I wouldn't have known what that experience would have been like. All I would have been consumed by would have been, oh my goodness, I'm going to fail, I'm not going to be able to present, I might forget certain things, I'll be exhausted, I'll burn out. So the thoughts would have taken over, and I would have limited myself from the experience. But what I did was I embraced what the experience could be. I knew there would be some level of fear, and that is normal. So I still pushed through and I went, even though there's some things in my mind would have said that you're not well, don't overdo it. So that's again questioning whether that's an accurate reflection or not. And I pushed through that, and when I was in moments where I could notice that I was getting tired, then I moved myself out of the situation. But the best thing is that other people and myself, we had the opportunity to connect. So that's the best part of crossing over fear, is that you receive feedback, or people receive your message. Even if you're nervous, you only experience the nerves. Even if you make a mistake, there are other people out there who might be thinking, wow, I'm impressed by this story. That person is a human being. They actually, may have forgotten certain things, but they were still able to continue their narrative. Okay, so those are the responses that I received, or comments, feedback afterwards, people saying thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for sharing your experience. Oh, that was a great story. So if I wasn't there, then that opportunity would not have occurred. So I'm just giving you that example just to relate it in your own experience as well. And whether we do it externally or